Hey guys, late night video here tonight. As you can tell, I'm in my garage because I don't want to wake the people in the house up. It took me about 10 minutes to make an angle here because everything's so not really put together in this garage. So I figure, I just have a trash can here on top of a box on top of the Christmas tree holder. So I just wanted making a video tonight. I just got back from work. I was kind of watching some WrestleManias, and I'm like, well, why don't I start making WrestleMania videos? Since we're about less now than 2 weeks, we're about 2 weeks away. My trip begins in like 1 week, 6 days, or whatever. Um, I'm gonna start making WrestleMania videos, WrestleMania like countdowns, like top fives, maybe even a top 10 or two, as we go into WrestleMania. And tonight's video is about my experiences at WrestleManias. I have been to 3 WrestleManias. I've been to 22, 26, and 27. I'm going to make this one my fourth one, 28 coming up. So today, the countdown starts with my top 5 live moments. This isn't top 5 moments of all time. This is the top 5 moments of the shows that I've been to. I mean, I've only been to 3, but those 3 WrestleManias were packed with moments. I'm going to count down from 5 to 1 what were the best. Number 5 would have to go to Edge's retirement. No one knew it was going to be Edge's last match, except maybe even Edge and some guys backstage. But, I don't even think Edge knew it was going to be his last match. I think he found out like a few weeks after that he can't go anymore. So just being there for Edge's final match was really cool. Something I can hold on to and say, hey, I was there for his last match of his career. Um, I wouldn't put Edge on my top 5 favorites. I'd say if there's between 1 and 12, he'd at least be on my top 12 favorites. He's not a top 10 guy, but he might be an 11 or 12 for me. But still, just seeing his last match, knowing the impact he had on the business and how much he loved it, it was a cool moment. We didn't know going in it was going to be his last match, but now looking back at it, I watched it the other day. It was a decent match. Just knowing now that it was his last match and knowing that I was there to see it, neat thing. Number 4, The Rock's rock bottom on John Cena. The Raw before, Cena had given the attitude adjustment, which I was there for, and I booed it very loudly. And then, at WrestleMania 27, during the WWE title match, The rock bottom Cena, and the place went nuts. I went nuts. It was epic, and that was a good moment. Just seeing that happen was cool. That's really all I have to say about that moment. Let's see. Number 3 would have to be Triple H's Tombstone Piledriver to The Undertaker. Watching this match live was a lot of fun for me because, like, I've said it many times. Sorry if I'm hunching. I'm trying to get a good camera angle. I've said it many times that that match was great storytelling. As far as the match is concerned, not the best WrestleMania match ever. It was probably, if the storytelling wasn't that good and if it was just there, it would have not made a 5-star match for me. That match was 5-star just because of the storytelling. And when he had him up in the tombstone position, everyone I was sitting with, everybody there who I heard said, that's it. It's over. Triple H dropped him legit on his head. Counted 1, 2, and just half a second away from 3, he kicks out. Place went ballistic. I mean, insane. I jumped out of my seat. Everyone else jumped out of their seat. That was a really big moment. Just seeing that kick out, and it was really good, really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. Number 2, oof. I debated between 1 and 2. This is what I've chosen. The Triple H John Cena match at WrestleMania 22 for my hometown Chicago. This is the first night, the first real pay-per-view Cena was legit booed out of the building. It kind of started up for about a year and a half. People started booing him a lot, but not too loud. It wasn't too big. But once WrestleMania 22 hit in Chicago, he fought Triple H for the belt in the main event. Oh my gosh, the FU Cena chants. First time I've ever heard him. It was the loudest thing I've heard at a show since. I mean, I can go on all day about what Chicago crowds are like because I've been to a lot of WWE shows in Chicago, and there's not a crowd like that in the world. Like, I would say the crowd at Mania 22 was better than the crowd at WrestleMania 27 or even 26. Because you could have all those 60,000 people, but you get like 16,000 people at the Allstate Arena or whatever. It's probably lower than that, but if you get them in Chicago, they're louder than all the other people. Chicago crowds are something you need to experience, and that match showed you what a true Chicago crowd is like. My buddy and I talked about this the other day. In Chicago, I'm not sure what it's like for other towns, but you go to a Raw, and there's like kids everywhere. Like, okay, kids are all over, but then you go to a pay-per-view, and the kids really aren't around. I don't understand it, but they're just not as there as they are in Raw, so it's mostly the adult crowd. So pay-per-views in Chicago get pretty raunchy. Edge said it in an interview that Chicago crowds, they don't go by the script. You can get something over in Chicago easily. So I can go on and on about the Chicago crowd. But that crowd that night was the first time the boo and yay things, or Cena hit him, boo, Triple H, yay. That was the first time that I recall that happened. The F you Cena chants, you can't wrestle, same old, you know what, just all these crazy chants directed towards John Cena, and I was there for that. I was part of that brigade there. So that was a cool moment. And number one would have to be seeing my favorite wrestler of all time, Shawn Michaels, retire. Seeing his final match, and I believe he's never going to wrestle again. He's going to keep his word. He's not going to be an in-ring performer ever again. He might do the referee stuff like he is at 28, maybe be like an authority role, but he's not going to be in a match again. So, just saying that I was at my favorite wrestler's final match in the WWE was a big thing for me. And when he lost, I was one of those people, and I admit I was tearing up a little bit because I knew how much wrestling meant to him and how it changed his life and how he loved it from the inside out. And I love wrestling from the inside out, so I felt his sadness, and I was sad to see him go. So I admit, as a man, I teared up, and I was clapping along with everybody else, saying thank you, Shawn. The one thing I regret about my whole WrestleMania trips is not going to see his Hall of Fame induction. I had the chance to do it, but nobody else really wanted to, and honestly, I should have just went alone. Because, it wasn't that long, but that would have been a really cool moment to be there as well. So seeing Shawn Michaels leave in a fantastic, amazing match with The Undertaker was my favorite moment of WrestleMania from a live aspect. This year's WrestleMania is big. Very big. Stacked card. And some people, it's either you love this card or you hate this card. There's really no in between, But this year is going to be big. I'm sure going to add a lot more moments. Maybe some moments will be dethroned. You never know. So stay tuned for some more countdown videos. I'll be in my room tomorrow, not no garage. I got to turn this off here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.